Do you see America as an empire in decline?
I think I do. I think I do. I think if I think of the long sweep of the last 150 years, I think from the mid 19th century through World War One, that was a period of um, of Pax Britannia, where Britain was had the power to impose a kind of peace on the world, which meant an ability to order capitalism, global capitalism of the late 19th and early 20th century. And I think America, there was a Pax Americana that emerged from World War II in two stages. First, during the Cold War, where it had a formidable adversary in the Soviet Union, and then the collapse of the Soviet Union allowed Pax Americana to triumph in the last decade of the 20th century and the first decade of the 21st century. And I do see now that we are moving to a different world order that is not going to be governed by America in the same way that it has ordered the world for the last 70 years. And we are moving, I think, toward a world in which there will be several hegemons, of which the United States will be one, but it will be a world of multipolarity that the United States has not had to live in for a quite long period of time. And the transition to a world of multipolarity is full of tensions and vulnerabilities and threats, because none of the new emerging hegemons know exactly the boundaries of their power or how far they can push things, which increases the risk of war. And this, what's going on in the Ukraine now, may be the opening salvo of this new geopolitical order, which is going to be a period of disorder before a global world settles down into something other than Pax Americana.
Yeah.
I think we can also interpret the political situation in the United States, the dysfunction, the paralysis in Congress, the inability of the United States to find the will or the kind of political set of coalitions to solve many of the urgent problems that face the United States. So I do see that America is in a kind of decline, but it's also important to remember that empires in decline slowly, unevenly, and fight to reclaim every bit of territory and power that they have lost. In other words, the way in which the Soviet Empire went out from the world in a flash between 1989 to 1991 was the exception. The typical path of imperial decline is what Spain went through over 100 years, Britain went through over 100 years, the Ottomans went through over perhaps 150 years. So I think there's got to be nothing quick about the disappearance of American power or influence. I think it's likely to be slow and painful. And I think it's also important not to accept it as a fait accompli, or to think of it as irreversibly impairing the quality of American life. I think it's important for Americans to begin thinking of what a post-imperial existence for America might look like. And that is certainly something that has to be on the progressive agenda going forward.
Well, to that point, does it impact our ability to sort of chart our own political destiny? Because obviously, under the American world order, we were very much able to impose or strongly encourage neoliberalism more or less around the globe. And so, other populations were kind of buffeted by these historical trends rather than affirmatively choosing this direction for themselves. Are we going to be similarly buffeted by world events versus affirmatively charting our own course?